Hello friends, and this is Natalie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And this is day 4 of my stitching along for Brazilian Roses bouquet. This is how my embroidery looks like right now. I already stitched all the flower buds and we have all the leaves and branches already stitched. If you missed my previous video tutorials, there are 3 parts already ready for you to watch. I will leave the link in the video description below. And if you want to join my stitching along, you can join anytime. All the videos are going to be available forever, and you will find all the details about how to join this stitch along in the video description below. Today I'm gonna be stitching this flower on the bottom, and it's gonna be a side view of this flower, and the flower is gonna look like this. This is a sampler which where I was practicing those stitches, and I'm gonna use a cast-on embroidery stitch for those petals, and you can create those tiny flowers like this. And this is also created with cast-on embroidery stitch, and this is a really cute stitch, so we will be stitching it today, and I'm gonna use those 2 colors. Those are embroidery threads that I was able to find in Poland, but I will give you an idea which kind of DMC codes you can use instead of those colors. So you can use, for a darker pink color, you can use 3804. I guess this is the best color which matches with this color. And for the darker shade, the best color to use is 603. This is the best probably color for this. And you can also use 3806. So just take a look in your embroidery stash. You can use those 2 colors. They're also gonna look nice. Or those 2 colors if you have. Just look in your embroidery stash and see what you have. It's not necessary to have the exact colors that I have. You can make orange flowers. You can make, I don't know, any kind of colors you like. Just choose 2 colors from the same color family, and it's gonna really look great. You can make each flower in different colors if you want. I will make all the flowers with those 2 colors because I wanted to look like the wild roses that I was able to find in Canada. It was just my inspiration. Okay, let me fix the hoop in the hoop stand and I will start stitching. If you have any questions, just ask me in the comments and I will try to reply quickly. So I will start with the darker shade, with this one. And I will use 3 strands of floss. I recommend to get a bit longer embroidery thread than you usually cut, because you will do multiple wraps on your needle, and you will need a lot of threads. And for this stitch I will use John James milliner needles. I'm gonna use 2 needles in the middle, the longest needles from this set. If you want even longer needles, you can try long darners from John James. They are even longer. Comparing to the milliners, you can see that they are really longer, and they have the same like the same size of the needle eye, but longer. Why do I need 2 needles? You will see in the process. Okay, I will thread 1 needle, and 1 needle is going to be my assistant needle. Okay, for the first stitch I will not need additional needle. It's gonna be a simple cast on stitch, and I will try to start my thread without the knots as I usually did. You can start your thread with a knot if you like. It's just my preference. It's not necessary to start the thread just like I do. If this stitch is new for you, you can practice on some piece of fabric before starting the big flower. So that's how you can gain some confidence. If you're not sure if you will be able to do this kind of stitch. And you have the lines. This is your guidelines for each stitch that you will be making. And I start from the central stitch and I come up here, and then I go down and I come up in the same place where I just started. And I don't go through completely. I will use this needle to wrap the threads. And I'm wrapping the threads the way like you are starting some knitting project, like this. I don't rush. Let me show you how it looks. You need to make a loop with your fingers, and then I go through this loop this way, like this. Okay, how many wraps did I do? 1, 2, 3, it's like 6. I will probably do 2 more, and it's gonna be 8 wraps here. Okay, I did 8 wraps, and I will go through this. And I saw that some embroiderers, they recommend to wrap the thread this way before going through, so it doesn't interfere probably with my fingers. And when I go through, I keep this all with my fingers, like this. And I carefully go through, and I keep it until the very end, and then I can tighten it slightly. And this is what I got. I got a little stitch, and it looks like this. Okay, I will make 2 more stitches close to it. I will probably go closer, or I will make another one on another side, so I will fill this area, because when I lay the stitch this way, this side becomes empty. So I will make another stitch. I'll probably do this way. It's gonna be a little bit shorter. I cannot say that I'm 100% expert with this kind of embroidery. I'm just learning. But if you're an expert in this and you can give me some advices how I can improve my technique, will be really happy to hear from you. So don't be shy, leave me some advice if you want. Okay, it's gonna be smaller, so I will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 7 wraps. Okay, now it looks nice, and the next petal which I'm gonna make, we'll probably start it somewhere here close to this petal, and this one is going to be with the help of another needle. So I will place one more needle on the side like this, so I will be able to make a little bit bigger petals like this. So I do all the same things, but I'm wrapping 2 needles together. Six, 7, let it be 10. 1, 2, and 3. So I go through and we have a slightly bigger petal like this. The same thing I'm gonna do on the right side, and I go here slightly lower than I had my previous stitch, so I'm moving down here, and sometimes, yeah, you can even go to the left side slightly, and then you will place your next stitch slightly go to the right side like this, so they are going to be laying on each other. Nicely. Okay, how much did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 more. Each time you can add a few wraps, additional wraps, so you will make your next flower bigger and bigger. And I also like to make such kind of flowers using multicolored or variegated threads, and it really looks nice. You can make the distance between your needles slightly bigger or use one more additional needle so you can make bigger petals. I will probably try to do this way. I will use one more needle. It's gonna be a third one. I hope that I can make one more petal with this thread. This is why you need slightly longer embroidery thread than you usually have when you're stitching regular embroidery stitches. I will try to not lose my thread from the needle because then I will have to thread it again. It's probably the last petal with this thread because it's getting short. Yeah, I'll probably unthread it and I will thread it again in the end when I will finish wrapping all the Okay, how much did I do? How many wraps here? Let's see. So you could make the same way like I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Probably one more. It's gonna be 13. You can even do one more. It's gonna be 14. And from this moment you need to thread your needle somehow. Let's try. Yeah, I did it. And now I'm going through all the wraps. Yay! I did it. And yes, this petal turned out slightly bigger than the previous one. So I will park this thread on a side for later and I will finish this thread later and I will start a new one. I will try even longer embroidery thread this time. I'm planning to do a few more petals with the same color and then I will switch to lighter color and then I will switch back to the darker color. So this is my plan. If you want to make even bigger petals, maybe try more strands of loss, bigger needles. When you work with a long thread, you need to be careful. You need to not rush anywhere, to make your stitches really slowly, so it will not give you any knots. Just take your time. Okay, I will make this petal with 3 needles. Let me know in the comments how was your experience with this kind of stitch. Did you try it? Did you like it? Usually I don't count my wraps because I just look with my eye and decide if it's enough wraps for me or not. It looks like I went through the thread with the needle. Be careful because the needles are sharp and you can accidentally go through the thread like I just did. Okay, how many wraps do we have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. Maybe let's do one more. Like this. And now I go through. See, you can get your thread tangled this way, but just no rush and carefully go through all your wraps. And you'll get a nice petal. So now I want this petal to be laying like on top of this, so I can fix slightly with my needle, move it, and here we go. And I will show you one more trick how you can make your petals even fluffier. And this time, instead of additional needles, I will use a part of the gel pen. It was just an empty gel pen, like this. It's an empty gel pen and I cut the part of it, so I got this tube, I don't know how to call it, and I will use it for my next petal. And for this you can use even longer needle. Probably I will switch to longer needle, the one from Long Darners. It's slightly bigger, it's longer. So this is gonna be enough for this trick. Let me zoom out so you could see everything that I do. So I make the first wraps. I will make the first 2 wraps in a regular way, and then I will go and put this on top of my needle, like, and I do the wraps with this, and this should give me a bigger petal and much fluffier petal that I did before. And for this petal I did a lot of wraps. Let's count how many I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17. And why didn't I thread my needle? Okay, I need to thread my needle. Now I keep all my wraps on this thing and I go through with my needle first, and then I go through with my, and I keep everything with my fingers. Until the very end, and here you go, we have a nice petal and it's much bigger than the previous one. I really love this method, and the petals, they are so beautiful and fluffy. As I said, it's better to have a lot of thread to work with this, because you will make multiple wraps and you will need a lot of thread for this. And this is how it looks. Really nice. Okay, I will make all the same for the right side. You can go through with your tube if you want. You can make a few wraps without it. And then I go through. Be careful in this place. I go through. No rush. And we get a nice petal again. Very good advice, putting the first wraps just on the needle before using the straw. I can see that it will keep it from the bubbling at the bottom. It's Jane Morrison says. You're welcome. I learned it from another embroidery artist and a tutor who joined my live stream before, and she advised me to do this way, so I learned it from her. I see that probably it will be better to make one rub with one needle than make another rub with two needles. Remove this additional needle and then go with this part from the gel pen, and then do the same but for the finishing. But yeah, you can make one more small rub, and then it should make your petal look nice, like it should have a nice shape. Okay, so I think this is enough for this color for now, and I will switch to another color. I will make two petals with a lighter shade, and I will see how I like it. I think I will probably like it, and then I will finish with two more petals with this color. So I will park my thread on a side for later, and I will take 3 strands from this color. Yeah, those stitches can look messy for the first time, but it's okay. The more you will be practicing, the more beautiful your stitches will look like. So that's all about practice. Before making this rose, I practiced a lot on my sampler, and then I was practicing when I was stitching my volumetric flower sampler, and now I'm stitching again, and I can say that I feel much more confident with this stitch. Sometimes you can forget how you should do it, but you always have my video tutorials, and you can always look for other video tutorials on YouTube and remind yourself, and you will get it there. Okay, I will start my thread, and I will hide the beginning of my thread under this petal. How do you usually start your thread, guys? Are you trying to start your thread without knots, or are you just making a knot and that's it? Both ways are right, by the way. It depends on which result you want to get. If this embroidery is just for you, it's totally fine. But if it's something that you do on your clothing, I highly recommend to start without a knot. So it's gonna be 18 wraps here. I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna make one more wrap or two. And now I will finish this petal. Let's make another petal on another side. Oh wow, I really like how it turns out. You can leave it as it is if you want, but I will probably make one more petal over here. And I really like how fluffy it is. It's really so beautiful. Okay, I will switch to the darker thread, and I will finish this thread later. Yeah, it's looking wonderful. Thank you, Jane. And Analia Celis, she's asking me to turn on the Spanish translator activated. It's actually a default feature in YouTube, and you can check your settings right on the video. There is a settings, and you can choose the automatic captions in Spanish if you like. So it's not a problem. It's not like something that I need to turn on from my side. It should be something that you can use on YouTube, and it's an automatic feature. Maybe during the live stream it's not available, but after the live stream, if you want to have a Spanish captions, you can turn it on from your side right from this video. So it should be working for you. So I think I will make one more petal from this side, and I will see if this is enough for this flower, or maybe I will make one more petal from another side. So let's see. Okay, I noticed that those last wraps, you can make it smaller with your hands, like when you take off this, you can make it smaller by tightening a little bit your thread. So they will become smaller, but the first one you can make it like I did without this assistant tool. I don't know how to call it. How do you call it when you're working with this? Maybe there is some name in Spanish for that tool that I used. I really love it, how it looks like. It's so beautiful already. And let's see, do we need another petal? I think yes, we need it. It's gonna be probably a smaller one, maybe 16 wraps. I will probably unthread my needle and I will thread it again later. Drinking straw, it can be some drinking straw, but I think drinking straw can be much bigger, and it's maybe too much. It can be this if you want a smaller one. I'm not sure if I will be able to make so many wraps. Maybe you can do it. Okay, it's fine. I can work with this. And now I need to thread my needle. How do you call this case when you end up with a really, really short thread? I know there is some name in English, maybe something related to chicken. I don't know. Chicken thread, or what is this? Okay, I did it. Yeah. And here we go. We finished the flower. Let's finish all the threads on the back side. And tomorrow I will go live and I will be stitching with you another flower. It's gonna be done in a little bit different way, so you will see it. And I will show you again how I finish my thread from the back side. So I do it from the back side. I can go through my previous stitch and I make a loop and I go through this loop and it creates a little knot. And now you can cut your thread, or you can go under your previous stitches this way, and this way you can hide your ends. And now you can cut really close to the fabric, so there is no tails hanging around. As you can see, I was trying to stitch without knots. At the beginning I made a few knots. I have one here and one here. I think it's not a problem. And yeah, I have another one here. And that's why I recommend you to start your thread without a knot, because if you will have a knot here close to the leaf outside of your composition, and when you will be framing it, it can look like this. You can slightly see the part of your thread right here through the fabric. So it was better for me to start my thread without a knot inside of this leaf, and then it would be covered with my stitches. So yeah, that's a little mistake that I did, but I will try to fix it. I will try to turn this tail to this side and stitch it close so it's going to be laying on top of the leaf on the back side, and it's not going to be visible from the front. And it also depends which kind of fabric you are using right now. So maybe you are using the harder fabric than this, and nothing is gonna be visible from the front side. And to prevent those parts to be seen from the front side, especially when you are jumping from one object to another object and you make a long thread, a long jump from the back side, you can use 2 layers of this fabric if you want anything to be seen from the front side. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked my video tutorial. Come back tomorrow for another flower. I will be stitching one flower over here, and I wish your stitches to be beautiful just as mine, and even better. If you want to join my stitch along, check the description under this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining and for your lovely comments. Bye guys!